How's it going, guys, and welcome to the Weeb Lounge. I am Nick, and if you haven't heard, Blue Archive is finally coming to global, and that's good, but it's also bad because the company that licensed it is Nexon. All right, so what's the big deal with Nexon getting it, right? Oh man, there's a lot of things to go into, and in all honesty, I never heard about any of this stuff for the longest time because surprisingly, out of all the games that I've played and everything, I never actually got any that were controlled by Nexon. At least not that I know of, right? Yeah, apparently that's a really bad thing. Nexon is seemingly notorious for licensing any kind of game, Blue Archive, several others, and just really messing with the system. For example, now this is some stuff that I've heard about and stuff that I've read about, but this is a strong possibility. Now, when you go to do a pull or whatever in Blue Archive, the chance of getting a 3-star, the highest tier character, is 2.5%. Well, Nexon is apparently notorious for changing that percent, typically for the worse. And sometimes they are not all that straightforward about it either. It'll be like 2.5%, but it's kind of sort of maybe hidden a little bit. Like it says 2.5, but it ain't really. They've been notorious with some really horrible tactics. You know, a lot of people have, you know, the moment. Here's the thing. The moment that it was announced that Nexon got the rights to do this for global, everyone in chat and on our Discord or whatever was like, oh no. Oh no, please not Nexon, please not. Blue Archive is a good game. It's not a groundbreaking game. It's not something that like caught on and is like the best game ever. It's a really good game. And it deserves to have a global equivalent, absolutely. But it's not like this super mega ultra multi-billion-dollar, you know, game that, you know, it's not going to be like that. And, you know, when it came over to global, it's like, okay, we're going to get some hype, or the characters are going to get more popular, the game might explode a little bit more, we can get some more hype out of this, because overall this is a good game. Good game, cute characters, you know, waifus galore. It does deserve more attention, but with Nexon getting their hands on it, unfortunately it's getting a lot of negative attention. It's really sad. Now, what has Nexon done? Well, I guess Nexon controls like MapleStory, and I decided to go on the Reddit for MapleStory. And it's just like complaints. It's like, wow. I mean, everybody complains about every game company at some point to some degree, right? I mean, there's things to bitch about. We know about this. That's what we do, okay? You know, there's a little something wrong, we complain and stuff, but, you know, some game companies like Activision get like just horrible reputations, and other game companies like Side Games or whatever have good reputations. There's a reason for this. It all depends how you treat your players. And what Nexon seems to specialize in is treating its players just like cash cows. That's it. They know people are going to get into the game. They know some people are going to spend money and roll or whatever, regardless of what the heck they're trying to charge or what the chances are and everything. So they license a game. They milk it for all it's worth. They make it horrible. A horrible experience for the players in terms of cash money. Chances of playing free to play is close to none. And yeah, after about a year or so, they just kind of crap on it and let it go. Blue Archive does not deserve that. It does not deserve that. Like, here's a good example. Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll was really notorious for doing this. What Crunchyroll would do is, you know, they would license a game over or whatever, and they change. One of the big things with Crunchyroll is they censor crap. Okay, all companies out there or whatever, don't cave in to like some whiny guy on Twitter or something. Don't cave in to the stupid little crowd or whatever. Grab the game, bring it over here. If there's a lot of cleavage showing, just leave it. You know, you got to be some sensitive little biatch or whatever to complain about that. So forget it. China's notorious for it, and you know, screw China. Okay, I'm sick of it actually. You know, screw China. People of China, okay. Government, eat shit. That's my thoughts on that. Anyways, back to Crunchyroll. A few games, especially like the Overlord game, I heard a lot of horrible stuff about that. They would bring a game over, they'd either censor it, do some other crap to it or whatever, and basically make it a worse experience for the player overall because Crunchyroll's trying to get that money, okay? Now, this is the worry that we all had when they licensed Princess Connect Redive, all right? And to my surprise, and to a lot of people's surprise, apparently Crunchyroll is doing fairly good. Okay, they haven't been like super stingy or anything. They've been generous. They've been giving a lot of tickets. They've been pretty much sticking to the JP formula, which is all we ask. That's all we ask. Stick to the JP formula. And thankfully, Crunchyroll seems to be doing that. Now, they've had problems with the clan battles and a ton of cheaters in that area. That's a different story altogether. They got to handle it the way they got to handle it. Don't know what's going on there. But props due when props are due. Crunchyroll apparently changed the way that they were treating these gacha games, and they're treating the players, at least so far, good. All right? Like I said, the only thing, all we ask is take the game as is. Make no changes whatsoever. Put it over on global, translate it or whatever, and there you go. Leave it as be. And Nexon needs to learn to do this, because Nexon's reputation is so incredibly bad at this point that, everyone on my stream, anytime I play BA, I'm doing it on the stream and somebody's like, when is this coming to global? When is this coming to global? When's it coming to global? And then the moment Nexon announced that it was coming to global, they're like, oh no, Nexon got it. Oh no, Nexon got it. Oh no, Nexon got it. And people hated it. The people that were anticipating playing this game on global, the second they heard Nexon was doing it, they were like, yeah, no, we're good. That's crap reputation. That's horrible. Yeah, I got this little page here. Let me drag this over. Just a little something I found real quick. The customer service scoreboard, Nexon customer service, 45 negative comments, 1 positive. Now, granted, when you go online and, complain about something online, it's going to be overly negative for the most part, right? People who have a negative experience are more apt to go online and rant and rave about it, whereas people who were treated well and feel good about it or whatever, they're generally content to sit back and just keep to themselves. They don't go ranting and raving about how good something is. So it's always a little skewed for the negative, but this is really skewed. 45 negative, 1 positive. Overall rating, absolutely terrible company. Okay, Google this for yourself or whatever. There's multiple sites that have stuff like this. That's outlandishly bad. Oh, that is so outlandishly bad, and I really should be buying these things. I need to buy these. Now, here's the thing. When Global comes out, I'm actually going to encourage all of you to try it, okay? With the caveat that you don't spend nothing. Don't spend a dime. Wait. You have to wait and see, because, look, a company can only treat its players so bad for so long before it starts hurting financially. Before the reputation gets so bad that people just start to avoid it. Take Activision, for example, or whatever. We pretty much know that Warzone, Black Ops Cold War, we pretty much know those are down. Okay, the player retention on Black Ops Cold War is apparently supposedly one of the worst in any Call of Duty, like, for the longest time, right? Like, ever since, like, Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare or something like that. I mean, it's bad, all right? And the only YouTube videos you ever find or whatever are people talking mad trash about it. I played Black Ops Cold War literally for 2 hours during the beta, and I was like, yeah, I'm not buying this. And I got a refund on my pre-order. That's how horrible that game is, in my opinion. But, yeah, I got to buy all those. Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff I can buy, too, but Shop Girl over there, well, she's busy. She got to let it go. So, what's the best thing for Nexon to do? What's the best thing for any company that licenses a JP gacha game or, game in general, really, to bring it to a global audience? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Whatever mechanics are in the JP version, you copy, you paste, and you leave it. Okay, now, for whatever reason, Nexon thinks that, like, okay, well, if I copy and paste this game, but I make the rates worse, make everything cost more, everything will make more money in the short run, and then we can just abandon it or ditch it or something. That's stupid business. Nexon, if anybody from Nexon is watching right now, okay, I've been a business guy for a really long time before I started streaming and all this stuff or whatever. I've had a couple of companies, all right? And you don't do that. Okay, you don't sacrifice long-term games for short-term games, especially when the long-term can be much, much more. If you can make, I'm just going to throw out a number where, if you can make 7 million in 1 year, as opposed to 15 million in 3 years, which one do you do? Which one do you pick? Which one do you pick in terms of overall net profit? You go with the 15. If it takes 3 years, so be it. You make more money, which is why I'm flabbergasted, dumbfounded, and stupid why Nexon does this. Oh, we're going to come out with a game, we're going to milk it for a year, and then we're going to let it go. That's dumb. That's stupid business even. And the reputation follows. If you guys, when Nexon brings BA to global, it's going to suffer right off the bat. Right off the bat. Because of how horrible Nexon's reputation is. There's so many people that are not going to install and play it just because it's Nexon. That sucks. This game deserves so much more. It really does. But here's the thing. I would like to see Nexon at least use this game, use it as an experiment. Use it as an experiment. See if I'm right. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's 2 companies out there, Defied Human Studios, oh, okay, that if they would have listened to my ass, they would be around today. All right? Get that through your head. Nexon, copy and paste this game over, okay? But do yourself a little bit of a favor. It's time to repair your reputation. Bump up the drop rates. Instead of 2.5%, go to 3. Go to 3. Take the pricing that they have on JP, bring it over here, cut it by 10%. Don't change, don't do something that you guys like to do. You know, let's say you have to farm a piece of equipment for a character, and in order to build this piece of equipment, you need 20 pieces of X, okay? Well, what Nexon tends to like to do, they'll take that 20 pieces of X and they'll make it like 25 or 30. So that you have to spend more time, more stamina, and potentially more premium income replenishing your attack points, stamina, whatever it would be, in order to achieve that goal, because greed and money grubbing. That starts to alienate more and more people. It is so incredibly stupid. It's a stupid business model. Absolutely horrid. And I really, really, really wish that, especially Nexon, would wake up and realize that that's not the way to do things. It's just not the way to do things. So let's start the reputation building, okay? Let's start repairing that reputation. Bring it over, and instead of doing like a Kodak Activision kind of let's money grub every little thing that we can get without giving the players the damn thing, do what Side Games does, okay? Side Games, very successful. You pretty much universally love Side Games is, okay? I mean, because they treat the players well. Nexon can do the same thing. Any company, any of these companies can do the same thing, where you sacrifice just a tad bit off the top. All right, just a small little smidge off the top to have a better reputation, have players like you, and just basically treat them well. Because that little bit you skim off the top ends up translating in the long term to more profits with more games later on. And so many companies seem to like ignore that anymore. They're not thinking long term. They're trying to like appease stockholders here and now, okay? And if you bend over to stockholder will or whatever every single time a new product or IP or whatever the heck comes around, you're going to end up suffering in the long term. That's how it is. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys. What do you guys think about Nexon? You know, are you going to play it despite Nexon? Are you going to just completely ignore it because you hate Nexon that much? Are you willing to give the game a due chance? And that's the one thing that I'm actually want to encourage people to do. I want to encourage people to, when it does come to global, download it, give it a try, but don't spend a dime yet. Wait and see what they do. If it's just a copy and paste, we're good. If they start messing with it and crapping all over us, the players, that's when it's time to go. And, you know, whenever a company does that, I just don't encourage people to not play that specific game. Okay, I encourage people to never play any game by that company ever again. It's kind of like my stance with Activision right now. Any Activision game right here, right now, and any subsidy of Activision, I will not pay them a dime to do nothing. I still play Warzone, but hey, it's free. That's perfectly fine. But I won't give them a dime. Not any IP of any product that they have. And that's what I actually encourage a lot of people to do with any company that has notoriously crapped all over the players. Okay. It's not a boycott, okay? I mean, it kind of is, but money talks. You got to remember, businesses are not good or evil inherently. They are there to make money. That's their goal, okay? They're not good, they're not bad. It all depends how they're run and how they treat their customers, which makes Nexon, in my opinion, one of the bottom of the barrel. Doesn't mean that they can't turn around. It doesn't mean they can't change. That Blue Archive is going to be a major opportunity for them to try to boost their reputation, and I hope they do it. We'll see you in the next video.